Where's the tougher place to play? Is it at Florida or at Kentucky
Oh
for you
man,
during your time?
outdoor my man, my freshman and sophomore year, I'd say Florida. And I think a lot of it is because of the teams that they have, how much the fans get behind them, how rowdy they become. Florida's always a rowdy place, regardless. But when they got a really good team, like they out there way before warm up start, and then getting ready. You can hear them once you getting off the bus, you start walking through the tunnel, you get into the locker room, you can hear the fans from the court. You're like, man, is it fans out there already? You know what I'm saying? So that's what they got going on when they got good teams. Rupp, I've always been, man, like when Rupp has a good team, when they go on runs, they're dangerous. To start the game and when they go on runs, that's when it gets loud, like you can't hear yourself. But if you don't get Kentucky on the run, they're not as dangerous. It's a lot of people there, and I always was the belief that they were pumping artificial noise in there. You know what I'm saying? Like I just don't believe that the wiser people were getting that loud. You know what I'm saying? So, but I will say, Rupp, you have to play with not only the crowd noise, you got to play against the tradition too. So you got to play against them banners and stuff hanging, which brings a different dynamic to it. So Florida, when they got a good team, Kentucky, when they got a good team going on runs, along with the tradition and everything else.
And any keys tonight that you're looking for in particular?
Yeah, man, they gotta keep Castleton in a box. Keep him below his double double. I'll accept 10 and 8 from him. You know what I mean? He probably change a couple shots, about 3 blocks, but keep him right there. Don't let him be um igniting transition runs with long rebounds and kicking it out, letting Will Richards and those guys get hot, let Lofton get going. Like you got to keep those guys. You got to keep those guys at bay and kind of keep them under control. Fudge is another guy that's a wild card for them that you got to kind of keep your eye on, especially when it comes to offensive rebounding. I think that's going to be one of the biggest things. The way he goes to the board so long, and Castleton taking up 2 guys, you got to be able to match their intensity. But I do think full court pressure could force them into playing. Like I know they want to run. That's what we're used to with Florida, but I'm not sure they've all the way embraced Coach Golden's style. And you like what Caleb was talking about. He's a big time numbers guy. So if they're not knocking down the 3, he wants them to go to the hole. And if you gotta think for too long in basketball and not react and play instinctively, then that can get you. And hopefully Tennessee can apply enough pressure to get out, get some easy buckets, shoot the ball well, and if not, get inside and create some easy putbacks.
Ron, great stuff as always. SEC Network 104.5, The Zone, and just absolutely keep crushing it. We appreciate you and have a fantastic day, sir.
All right, what's up with y'all in the chat? I see y'all, man. What's happening on the
Well,
Travis page?
we were discussing Peyton Manning,
Okay,
just because Tom Brady retired.
I saw that.
Okay. So
He retired again.
again,
Yes.
Caleb
Just
believes firmly that Peyton Manning is the better quarterback. I had to go Brady. What are your thoughts?
oh.
You want to know?
Peyton is my guy, man. Peyton is my guy. I can. It's only one way I can vote with this. Peyton Manning. I gotta go Peyton Manning. I would love to have an unbiased approach, but with the relationship with Peyton and me being able to watch him work, come back in the off season, and the things that, like I remember being up there in the summer in the complex. Probably was my junior year. I was up at rehab and Peyton came back. Dante Stallworth and all those guys were there. They were in there doing 7-on-7. And man, this man, I'm sitting there doing my box jumps. My box squats outside, just watching them, me and Chad Newman. And this man was audibling, calling audibles in 7-on-7. I'm like, dude, you just got here. Like y'all, it ain't like y'all been in film. You know what I'm saying? This is just they break the huddle. Hey man, boom bam bip, call the audible, and it's a whole different route. I'm like, Is anybody watching this? This man is a scientist in 7-on-7, and he worked with these receivers before. Now, man, I know we have some good receivers, but good God Almighty, man, this dude, Peyton, different, man.
So
Peyton
that SNL sketch of him playing with the kids, that was accurate. That's what.
Yeah, that's real. That's real. That's real. And I know to reach that level, man, you got to have a certain craziness about yourself. And I'm sure Tom has the same thing. But man, I just saw it so many times for Peyton, man. Like honestly, Tom had really good teams, really good coaching around him. Peyton really, the way his arm strength was in that Denver season, shouldn't have won the Super Bowl. Nah. For him to be able to go out and win that Super Bowl and not be a liability to the point where he's the reason they lose it, and you know he ain't really got arm strength, but he's still able to make a hash to sideline throw, and you like, we ain't supposed to make that throw, but him to dig down and get it there, ain't nothing like Peyton, man. I gotta go with the sheriff.
Well, I believe firmly that Peyton changed the game with the freeze plays and calling 2 plays coming to the line of scrimmage, and that came from David Cutcliffe at Tennessee. I don't think Tennessee's football staff department, I don't think they get enough credit because everybody does that now.
Mm-hmm.
You go to the line with 2 plays, and whatever the sign is, Omaha or whatever.
Yep.
You're basically you have 2 plays at the line of scrimmage, but
yep.
7 Super Bowls, 7 Super Bowls.
Now that's listen, Dave. That's serious. That is serious. Like it ain't. There's no disputing that. But I just had to say though, man. Like, although could you plug and go with Peyton in Brady's spot? I'm gonna say yes.
I would agree with that.
Yes.
Could you plug and go with Brady in Peyton's spot?
No, I will say no.
Because of the development and everything that took place over time. You know what I'm saying?
No,
I just think
won my argument for me.
I just think mentally he's different, man. Reason being, like, here's another one. So Blaine Hitman Bishop is on our radio station, and I always talk to him and try to pick his brain. He always tell a story about Peyton when they were playing the Colts. He said he would walk up to the line, and Peyton would do such a great job on film study. When he walked to the line, Peyton would look only at him. So he come up to the line, look at him, and the way Blaine's feet placement was, the way he placed his feet, he would know if he's bailing or if they're pressing. So he would peep all this out. So Blaine said he had to start using it when he went in for the next game. He went and used it to his like. He was like, why does he keep looking at my feet? So he figured it out. So he said he came back the next game and did it twice, and Peyton went and found something else. He didn't even mess with Blaine no more because he changed it up and could understand when he couldn't understand anymore. And he said it made him a better player because now he had to go with look at the same look every time in order to confuse guys because he was tipping people off. So it's those little things that, like, and I'm sure Brady does this too, but man, just to know that Peyton does it is different. You know what I mean? The peers always tell it for me, man.
That is bizarre. Wow.
That is.
You look at feet.
I wouldn't have never thought of that.
No, me neither. Great stuff, Ron. We look forward to seeing you on SEC Network. And if people are in Nashville, they can check you out on 104.5 The Zone with Don Davenport and Brent Doherty, who's a pretty good cat himself. So, buddy, have a fantastic day. We appreciate you.
No doubt, y'all. Y'all be easy. Go Vols, man. Root for the number 2 Vols, man. Get on your feet. Quit sitting back and watching the game.
Number 2. There we go.
Yeah, don't cheer back in your seat like this. Be on the edge of your seat cheering like this. That makes more sense.